Times. I was interested by Professor Park's account of what went wrong between Japan and Korea after the meeting between Noda and Lee in December. You said that it came about because of irritation, I suppose, on the part of the South Koreans, that Noda didn't give a more constructive response to the proposal of comfort women. But I'm still a bit baffled as to how we got from that feeling dissatisfaction to this very dramatic gesture of President Lee visiting Tokyo Takeshima. I'm not a diplomatic expert, but I imagine that these things in normal practice proceed gradually, that if a response was not received from Japan, then lower ranking officials would remind their counterparts of the willingness expressed by Mr. Noda, and that if these reminders weren't heeded, then perhaps further unease and disquiet and irritation would be expressed. But it seems to have happened very, very suddenly and very quickly. It certainly seems to have taken the Japanese government completely by surprise. So I suppose there are two possibilities. One is that the Koreans did indeed, through diplomatic channels, press this idea over time, and the DPJ government was oblivious to that for some reason. Or the second possibility is that the Koreans made a leap from this one meeting, this one idea for which they received no response, to this very dramatic gesture. And I'm wondering if you can explain that and fill out that process. And if Professor Togo has any insights from his own government contacts, I'd also be interested to hear that. I have a second question, which is very short. Is it fair to say that the more pressure on Japan from China as well as from Korea on territorial issues, the more that helps, boosts and increases the power of the Japanese far right?
Professor Park?
実はこれ東郷先生のおそらく内部事情をよく知っていらっしゃると思うんですが、今の大統領の、竹島特都上陸っていうのは突然行われたものではなかったと私は思っています。少なくともかなり長い時間、長い月日をかけて、この計画というのは存在したと。そして、私は先ほど申し上げましたが、特都上陸、慰安婦の問題解決と、特都上陸ということを結びつけるということは私非常に良くないと思うんですが、少なくとも、日本の外務省では水面下で、何度も韓国側から慰安婦問題で一つの形を見せてくださいと。でないと大統領は上陸することになってしまいますというようなことを、実は何度も外務省を通じて、韓国側は、要望しましたし、その背景となったのは実は野田総理が歴史問題に何らかの解決の意欲を見せてたという期待値もあったんですが、外務省の方もおそらく何度も、この竹島上陸を阻止するために韓国に訪れたというふうに聞いておりますが、残念ながら、日本の野田政権というのは内政で忙しく、消費税の問題でありますとか、小沢さんの脱退とか、とにかく内政問題で混乱している状況の中で、とても慰安婦問題にまともに向き合っている余裕も今もなかったとは思うんですが、ただ私はやはり、これは日本も韓国もそうなんですが、やっぱりこの最終的な竹島上陸を阻止するための事前協議も外交努力も、非常に欠落していたのではないかと思います。一方通行的に こういうアピールはするんですが、両方ともそのアピールを、韓国アピールをする、日本はそれを、ただ前向きに検討していきますとしか恩返しに繰り返さない、それに対して最終的に文大統領は8月15日というタイムリミットまで待ち続けたんです。で結局大統領はこの時も日本側から成果が得られずに、上陸しなければ国内への押しつぶされてしまうというほどの危機感を覚えていたのではないかと思います。以上です。
Well, this is something that Professor Togo may have more information than I do, but I don't think this landing by President Lee happened all at once, suddenly. I think there was a plan which stretched over a long period of time. And I think that as I said before, I don't think it's a good idea to connect the combat women issue and this territorial issue, but I do think that at least under the water in the background, the Japanese Foreign Ministry has been probably receiving repeated requests by Korea to do something specific about the combat women issue. Or the President Lee might have no other option left than landing on the Takeshima Island. So I think there were some these communications between the two countries through diplomatic channels behind the scenes. But the Japan's foreign ministry did not respond to that very well, and therefore Korea thought that there was no other option but to actually land on the island. And I think that there are not very well prepared negotiations prior to the event, nor diplomatic efforts were lacking on both Japanese and the Korean side. Maybe they were stating their own stances unilaterally